Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. A happy tree planting day. The government wants you to plant trees, notwithstanding the fact that they have not provided the seedlings. They expect you during these economic hard times to go and use your money to buy seedlings. Now, it is very funny because the exercise that is happening today is being watched by the UNEP, United Nations Environmental Program, and the government is going to reap a lot of money out of this. That is their main target. But that is a story for another day. I only hope that you are enjoying this day. I'm also enjoying it. I thank God for the gift of life and health. Now, for a very long time, Kenya has bragged as the economic hub in East Africa and the gateway to the East African front. But we are soon losing that title to Tanzania and Uganda. And I'm saying this with a lot of evidence. Because the plans and the programs that William Ruto and his team of economic advisors led by David Ndii, the plans are not working. And if there is one person who has really exposed us to the international front and has really exposed our ignorance and bad economic plans, is the Tanzanian government. You see, I have seen the government crying foul that the firebrand South African politician Julius Malema was in the country and he exposed Ruto, and they are saying they're not advocating that even his visa should be scrapped, that he should not come back to Kenya. But if there is one person who has done the same thing that Malema is doing, but in a very wise manner, is the president of Tanzania, Suluhu. Now, it started when Suluhu told her country that they are receiving an influx of investors courtesy of instability in our country.
Tukitulia ndugu zangu, mambo mengi yanafanyika vizuri. Amani kishamiri ndani ya nchi, miradi itakuja, maendeleo yatafanyika, wafanyabiashara watakuja, wawekezaji watakuja nchini, pesa itakusanywa, mambo yatakwenda. Tukiparurana na kugombana na nini, wale wanaokuja wanatusikiliza, wanasema kule hakwendeki. Hakwendeki. Kwa mfano, nilikuwa namsikiliza mkurugenzi wa kituo cha uwekezaji Tanzania, anahojiwa kwenye TV, akasema mwezi Mei na Juni tumepokea wawekezaji kiasi ambacho hatujawahi kupokea, wengi mno, na thamani ya miradi iliyokuja ni hii. Lakini ukitizama sababu ni nini? Sababu ni kwamba kwa jirani kuna wakamoto, na mwekezaji hakai kuna kwa wakamoto, wanakimbia wanakuja zao kwenye amani na utulivu. Ni waombe tutunze amani na utulivu tulionao. Tunapotofautiana tuambiane, hakuna kisichosemezeka. Tuambiane, suluhu ipatikane.
And in her mind, she thought that we are not a serious nation, because a serious nation, especially when the rate of unemployment is going up, should sit down with the investors and make plans to ensure that we retain investors. But it didn't end there. Just a few days ago, when the energy minister, Davis Churchill, told the nation that we could anticipate the prices of oil, petroleum products, going up to 300 shillings per liter because of what he called, quote in quotes, the war between Israel and Hamas. In Tanzania, the body that is controlling prices of petroleum really reduced the same prices and informed the nation that they were doing that in line with the reduced prices, the global prices. And people are wondering, we take oil from the same source, yet our prices are going up when the prices in Tanzania are going down. And then Yoweri Kaguta Museveni also mentioned that there are a lot of cartels in our oil market, and he left and switched to the Tanzanian market. But what caught my attention today is a video that is going viral about how Samia Suluhu is warning the Tanzanian Revenue Authority that is mandated of collecting, taxes from the companies and businessmen.
Kwenye mapato na matumizi, waziri wa fedha umepewa kigezo hapa cha trilioni 2 kwa mwezi. Tunataka trilioni 2 kwa mwezi, muende mkatanue wigo wa kodi. Lakini pia mtengeneze walipa kodi wengi zaidi. Trendi mnayokwenda nayo sasa hivi ni kuua walipa kodi. Mnaua wafanya biashara. Mnatumia nguvu zaidi kuliko akili na maarifa kupata kodi. Sasa wale mnao wakamua, mkenda mkachukua vifaa vyao vya kazi, mkenda mkafungia akaunti zao, mkachukua pesa kwa nguvu kwenye akaunti, kisa sheria inakuruhusu ufanye hivyo. Akitoka hapo anakwenda kufunga biashara, anahamia nchi ya pili. Mnapunguza walipa kodi. Naomba sana nendeni katengenezeni, mkatanue wigo wa walipa kodi. Yale mengine ambayo yanapunguzia watu ari ya kulipa kodi, naomba ukayasimamie.
And she is warning them that even if the constitution and the law allows them sometimes to do certain things, they should not take advantage of the law to bully the investors, to bully the businessmen, because when you harass them, they will flee. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when you listen to the president of Tanzania and you juxtapose what is happening in Kenya today, where we harass investors, we harass businessmen, we increase taxes every day. You saw what happened in Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, where travelers were being humiliated, being compelled to reveal what they were carrying, including certain personal pieces of property. And many of them decided that they will never have Kenya as their destination. There are certain members who wanted to come to Kenya, tourists, and they decided to cancel and decided to switch to other countries like Tanzania and Uganda. And I looked at the two scenarios in Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania, and I realized that we will soon lose the title of being, and I think we have already lost it, of being the main economic hub in East Africa. I really want us to try and look at the two leaders, because I have realized that there are leaders who get into offices because they want to serve their people. But other leaders have got some ulterior motive. For example, if you ask me, the reason why President William Ruto really wanted to get to power was to prove a point. One of them is that in 1997, when he first vied for the president as a member of parliament in Eldoret North, Raila Odinga was already vying to become a president. And so in William Ruto's thoughts, he wanted to prove a point that years down, some 20 or 30 years down the line, he maneuvered himself and became a president when they were vying with Raila Odinga. The main reasons why William Ruto contested for presidency was not to serve the people, and that has come out very clearly in his policies. If you look at what is happening in Tanzania, you will realize that Samia Suluhu listens and cares for the citizens. And that is the reason why whenever she realizes that some government authorities, even though mandated by the law, are trying to bully their people, she warns and cautions them. That is a motherly love in her heart. And I'm not saying that Tanzania is perfect. I know people are arguing that maybe the level of democracy is still very wanting, the way they are dealing with the opposition leaders. But when it comes to maybe the economic front, I like the way she's doing it. If you compare it to our president, he never listens to us. He listens to the international community. He would rather pleases and endears himself to the international community that gave him his victory than listen to us. Take, for example, the Finance Bill 2023. People went out in what he called public participation, and they told William Ruto, we are ready to pay taxes, but please, things to do with housing taxes and increasing the VAT on fuel can wait. He didn't listen to us. He coerced Parliament and they passed that bill just because IMF and the World Bank want it so. So the government does not care about us, they care about the international community. The Tanzania government is honest with the citizens. That is why when prices of fuel at the international level go down, they also reciprocate the same to their citizens, and they tell them very frankly that we are reducing it because at the international level the global prices have gone down. No, this makes citizens to trust their government, because when prices go down and they're reduced, next time when they increase the prices, they will be very honest with you and they will tell you that we are doing this because we are compelled by the international forces. But in our country, when the prices go down, we still have an energy minister who is going and telling us that I was reading an article, we anticipate that the prices will go up. That is the reason why, if you do your own statistics and your polls, you will realize that the level of trust between the government and the citizens, has really gone down, because we are dealing with a cunning president. When he was given an opportunity to address the nation, when he was hosting the two parliaments, the Senate and the National Assembly, instead of being serious, being honest with us, he organized for some choreographed phone calls to certain people, and then he goes to Parliament and tells us that, I talked to so and so, and he was telling me that we should increase the Hustlers Fund to a certain level. We are not honest at all, and we are not serious. And this is what I'm telling you, that the president of Tanzania has really juxtaposed our weakness, our unseriousness, and just how, trivial our president is. We are playing with the serious matters. We are not taking our people seriously. And it also proves that President Suluhu is independent-minded. I know the Western influence cannot be ignored. Even Suluhu sometimes bends a little bit to the US and the UK and all those, but not to the level where people are suffering. Museveni too sometimes bends to demands of the US, but when the US wanted him to allow LGBTQ, the gays and same-sex marriage, he refused. Why? He does not want to compromise their culture, the will of the people, just to please the UK and the US. But our president will do everything and anything that their masters want. He's never independent-minded. We are being ruled from White House. Whatever they want, and the UK, whatever they want will be implemented fully without any question. And that's what I'm saying, that we have been exposed, and this is a lesson. Maybe next time when we are given a chance to vote, let us vote leaders who will be listening to us, who will be putting our interest first, then the other interest of the other people, like the international community, second one. I don't know what you think, but that is my take.